But
time.
Yeah.
To the new Tool album, close enough to that.
18 days. 18 days.
How many times have you listened to that new goddamn song, the new Tool song?
I don't know. I know what the first day it came out, I probably listened to it 10 or 12 times. And then probably 2 or 3 times a day after that. Every day after that.
He texted me the other day, and he's like, Levi always makes, he always says, I don't really get excited about anything, Levi. He's very even keel. He did text me when the new Tool song came on. He's like, all right, well, this is me fucking excited about something. All right?
Pretty fucking
Yeah.
excited, man.
Yeah.
The text.
Do you get that stoked about, is Tool up there for you at all?
Yeah, Tool's way up there for me. But I see records come and go every day, so I don't know. I have a different outlook on it, maybe. But yeah, I was excited. I mean, we waited a while, didn't we?
Yep. 13 years.
I haven't even taken that long. I can't even say that. I probably have taken that long to make a record. But
Well, it all depends on the band. Well,
yeah, my own.
How often does it depend on the band? How often does it depend on your schedule? Because your schedule, you're pretty much dedicated to your band.
Yeah.
That's your schedule. You are a working
You
producer.
should
It's not
be,
a part-time job.
No, I'm out there all the time.
Yeah.
And most of the people I work with around here, it's not their full-time gig. So they all have the same days available.
Yeah.
It's hard to schedule. It really is. And then it's hard for me to know how long it's going to take to edit and mix something once we track it. You know, they might nail it first time through or second time through. And then, you know, I've got a bunch of hours after that trying to make it into what they want it to be.
How many bands are you working with right now? This moment?
I don't even know. I know I'm working with 2 more now than I was, 2 weeks ago. So keep on adding.
And you're also in the midst of building a new studio.
Yeah, we're hoping.
Good luck with your fucking schedule.
Tell you what, man, I gotta tell you what. The closing date has been getting pushed back on things. So, yeah, I was hoping to get the ground, opened up this fall and get going. But at this point, it's late enough in the year. I think we're just gonna wait until spring.
Yeah,
buying, selling real estate is a shit show 100% of the time.
It is. And when you got people that might be their first time doing some of the steps in this thing, it's not helpful.
See, that's the problem. Like
but they got to learn.
Like, fuck them. Okay.
I think I know some people that agree with you.
If it's your first time doing something, seek help. Seek help. Yeah. Get help from every angle you can possibly get.
That's my fucking problem. It's a big problem of mine. I don't ask for help enough, and I just fuck it up.
No, that's what I do. No, fucking it up is not your problem. Getting pissed off that you're fucking it up is your problem, because you shouldn't get pissed off that you fuck it up because you don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
Like, you should be okay with you fucking it up because you don't know what you're doing. You should accept the fact that you don't know what you're doing.
Well,
and accept that you fucked it up.
Well, I know it's because you don't ask for help, and you should.
There,
right?
Yeah,
I've done things with you where I would have been really happy if you would have called me 2 weeks before or something.
Damn it,
figure it out. Like, I don't know, maybe not podcasts or anything like that. But
see, here's the thing: you have my permission to tell me this.
Well, yeah,
you say, hey, if you'd have done this, listen. In other words, you should fucking listen to me, Smitty.
I could say that, but then that would be the time I was completely fucking wrong. I own it.
No.
Oh man, that's the worst thing.
I go by the general assumption I'm wrong. That's my fucking pretty much walking, talking every day.
That's
motto.
working for you, man. Just keep that up.
Yeah. So when I tell you that your chicken breast is a little dry, don't get pissed off.
That's because it's not, and you're just being a dick.
That's not true. I might be being a dick, but that's not.
Are we talking about like real chicken right now? Oh, okay. I don't know what that. I don't know. It's just
you're just talking.
Brothers talking about breasts and juicy.
That's code for bro titties.
That's
bro titty code.
Well,
No, we have this ongoing thing where I like the way I prepare my chicken. He has his way to prepare chicken. I'm a big fan of chicken breast, white meat. That's just I don't like dark meat. I don't like skin, like anything fatty. It grosses me out. Not grosses me out. Like, I like your thighs that you make, but overall, I don't like dark meat.
Right.
And he says, my fucking chicken breast is dry. Fuck you. It's not either.
It's-
It's very moist.
it's-
I rotate it many times during the cooking process. The
He's
grilling.
wrong.
Did you marinate it?
He didn't marinate it, and he
Sometimes.
he didn't marinate it, and he overcooked it.
Yeah.
So
It's juicy.
it's
Juicy
all relative. I mean, it could be juicy compared to mom's chicken breast, but to mine, no.
Well, how
It's
do you
just levels
keep,
of shitty cooking, apparently.
how do you keep your breasts moist?
I massage them.
Yep.
And put the right amount of oil on them.
Yep.
Seasoning.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. So yeah, how was working with Alter Bridge?
Well, I wasn't working, man. I was watching.
I know, but you were in the studio.
Yeah.
And I know you weren't giving the necessarily creative output. You
No,
know?
I was just sitting there
Yeah.
watching Mark
And-
Tremonti and Miles Kennedy play guitar.
But I mean, it was like work because I mean,
Oh, it was a total
it's-
field trip.
It's like a half-assed apprenticeship
Well,
because you're learning.
I did learn a lot of things there that, it was a good experience to see how major release is done. And I was just there just for some guitar parts, but I got to tell you, those are good. Guys could play. Those are great guitar parts. And their producer is working on a lot of stuff I like, the Seven Dust stuff. He did Miles Kennedy solo. He works on the Slash stuff.
Yeah. I watched that
Elvis,
Slash.
Michael Basquiat. You saw him
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
watched the Slash documentary that's on Amazon Prime, and it almost doubled as a Guns N' Roses documentary as well as a Slash documentary. So it was super cool. But they were in the studio recording a new album, and that Elvis dude was on there. And I text Dave and I said, "Oh, that's that motherfucker!
Yeah,
You're in
that's
the
him.
studio with."
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. Looked like Slash hadn't been asked to redo things a few times before,
Say what?
Yeah, I don't think Slash was used to somebody saying, "Oh, you got to do that over," That's our job. We say that even when something's great. I mean,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. You can't have too many tracks. I mean, you can have too many tracks and you don't want to deal with them, but you want to capture the magic of every second. And if it takes a few takes to do it, that's all right. Glue them together.
I think I thought it was fairly accepted that that's just the way it was,
No,
right? Yeah,
it is in the real world.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
Slash's world.
well, no, I mean, sure, that's the real world, and he's phenomenal. But I think back in the day, the production was a little sloppier, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean they didn't have the technology to have,
Right.
55 gigabytes dedicated
And-
to just the bass parts on
and-
one song.
I would imagine that at some point, the level of success that you get as an artist, there's a level of complacency as well that you don't necessarily have to push yourself to quite the higher level that you
Right.
did in 1987.
Right. Back then, you had to do it.
Right.
I mean, we didn't have the tools then that we have now. And I was actually doing this back then before there was any computers recording anything. And it's just the technology now. There's a lot of people with careers that would not have had careers even 15 years ago.
Right.
Being marketable seems to be more important than being able to sing or play or write a decent
Be
tune.
talented.
The whole talent thing. That could be my point. Yeah. I was just talking. My buddy Dave Hill was a singer in band I was in, Ground Zero, for almost 30 years. And that dude can still sing. We were just hanging out. And
Who's that guy?
he
You said
perfectly
Dave Hall?
fit. Dave Hill.
Dave Hill.
Yeah.
What band is he in?
Yeah, it was Ground Zero with me. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Derailed.
No, he was not in Derailed.
Oh, okay.
No, this is before that.
Yeah.
But he still sings perfectly in pitch. And I get about out of 20 people that come through singing, males, females, in betweens, whatever, one out of maybe 5 out of the 20, so maybe 20%,
Sure.
are really good enough to be doing, things themselves and live, and at least at that level. And there are a lot of singers out there. First time they ever hear themselves is when they come into my vocal booth and
Oh shit!
lights go down, and
Yeah.
I got a click track going bang, click, bang, click, bang, click, and that freaks out a lot of people. But it makes you better to be able to hear clearly. And then there's the other side of it. You could just go in there like some people do. Oh, Dave can fix it later. which yeah, I can, but I don't want to.
But goddamn, man.
If a person can do it and I have to edit the hell out of everything, that's one thing. But if somebody's really talented, great songs, hearts in it, you can take somebody that's okay and make them really good.
Yeah.
With the software that we've got. It happens every day.
It is disappointing.
I have to think that if I was in a band, that I would just try to do the absolute best that I could.
Mhm.
And that's the product that I would want out.
Right. That's how a lot of people do it.
Right.
Yeah. And other people hire a bunch of guys like me to recreate it. You know,
It's got to be just
Well, like I would want it. I would want that product to
Mhm.
sound as good as possible. But I wouldn't want it to sound like I would feel shitty as an artist if I had to rely on somebody to make it sound like
Right.
something that I didn't do.
right.
You know?
The bottom line is money.
Yeah.
If somebody could tweak or turn a knob or write some code, sells it, you get okay with a little bit of that stuff real quick, you know, because there's a lot of things that you might enjoy. I don't mean you specifically, but an artist would enjoy because they like doing it so much. Everybody should enjoy it like they do.
The
And it
moral
might
of the
suck.
story.
And it might suck.
The moral of the story is fuck Nickelback.
We've had this discussion before.
I know.
We've
I
had
know.
this discussion.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of that new? Are you is like Tool type of prog stuff you're
Yeah.
typically into?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that stuff. And I mean, I was a prog rock guy when I first started in 70 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. You know, Kansas, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and a lot of those bands and prog rock, and I consider Tool an extension of all those kind of early way out there kind of ideas,
Yeah.
except for they're really good at it. I mean, their timings, their count, they're tight. I haven't
always
seen them live, but anybody I've heard has seen them live. It's great.
It's my Tool is my favorite show. Sabbath is a close second.
Oh wow, yeah.
But like I went because I started with Tool.
Mm-hmm.
I started with Tool, and then I kind of worked my way back from Tool to like Pink Floyd and Rush
Oh wow.
and the Moody Blues and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and shit like that.
I've never met anybody that went back like that. I mean,
I guess I kind of did too
Did
with
you?
Metallica, and then I went back to Sabbath, and then I
Okay.
went back
So
to
you're looking
fucking
for
the
the roots.
Beatles,
Yeah.
and then I went back to
yeah,
and yeah. So now I'm basically I fucking dude I like
it's just a different in perspective because I was
yeah.
alive when those other ones happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, it went this way.
Well, I really credit our parents because
It was always
they
good
were
music
listening-
on.
They were listening to that shit. They were
Mhm.
listening to the Moody Blues
Yeah.
and Led Zeppelin and
Yeah.
Pink Floyd and shit
Yeah.
like that. And I really dismissed it when I was younger, but as I got older and my tastes really started to develop and my brain started to develop
Mhm.
more, and I was able to appreciate the more complex sounds,
Yeah.
and the more I was able to appreciate music as art that didn't need to be really spelled out and explained to
Right.
me, and I was able to appreciate the art as it was intended, which for me art is supposed to be relatable on a large scale, but it's supposed to be interpreted by different people in different ways. And
Good art.
yeah, good
Yeah.
art. And fucking I can't listen to songs about fucking trucks and dirt roads and shit like that and blowjobs because it's just fucking simpleton shit.
So country's not your thing.
No, it's not.
That's the thing, like old school country, anything like early '90s and before, there was some really good shit.
So
You know,
actually, even now, there's still some decent country out there, but it's
Nobody knows it.
It's so diluted by
Nobody knows it. Yeah,
Right.
no, it's just all fucking.
Well, it just turned into the pop scene,
right.
for Middle America.
Moral of the story is, fuck Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Hey, way to go, Kid Rock.
no, her music.
When you were talking about art, I was laughing because it made me think of something when I was really fucking high the other day, and I came up with this intro for the podcast that we can't play, and it's just technical difficulties.
There are not
Fucking-
enough audio engineers in this room to be able
figure
to
out
play
why I can't play this
a
fucking
wave.
intro.
So you just wanted to be able to say blowjobs,
Blowjobs, blowjobs. I love blowjobs. For no reason. But I came up with that intro. I got high as fucking. I started thinking about, weed makes me more creative. And I love that. And then I started thinking about, well, because it's creative, is it art? And I'm like, is my podcast art? Is this stupid fucking thing that I came up with art? And the answer is that I came up with is that is I am creative like a meme is creative. Like it's just like I don't do shit except talk about shit. It's like a meme, just I'm
Like
creative like a meme.
if you ever listen to the Tool song Third Eye,
Yeah.
it's got a bit from Bill Hicks, and it said, paraphrasing, but if you think about if you're against drugs, but you think about all that great music that's enhanced your lives throughout the years, all those musicians were really fucking high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
Yep.
At all. Not in my little limited window that I have of it.
I went into, where was I? I was with my buddy Chris, who was up last weekend or 2 weekends ago. We went into a restaurant called Ram in Traverse City.
Yeah.
You and I really like that place.
Yeah, I really do.
Fucking John Hall, the comedian, who was on the podcast before,
Mhm.
came and sat next to me on the left. And John just goes. John's fucking talks, man.
Yep.
And he asked me, he goes, in his John way, he's like, "Oh yeah, man, who's that? What was the name of that one guy that does the show with you, the blonde guy?" I'm like, "Oh, you mean my brother, Levi?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that. Oh, it's your brother. Oh, okay, yeah."
I thought you said the blind guy. And I'm like, I don't know who the blind.
Some days.
Oh,
Blonde. Well, blonde.
blind.
Yeah, it was just I don't know why the blind guy would be really funny to me, but it would. Just
I was
blind
wondering.
Levi. But no, the fact that he's just like, "Yeah, who's the guy you do the show with? The blonde guy?" "Oh, my brother, Levi, that you met
Yep.
and sat with a
Yeah.
podcast with."
Yeah, right. Did a whole show.
I'm very forgettable.
We haven't had any comedians on in a while.
No. We should get one.
Call
Sometime.
one right now.
We got to get Jason Allen on. We're gonna have another euchre night because we did a euchre night with the Step Brothers podcast.
Yep.
We should do a fucking euchre night podcast with the Runyans.
That won't work.
Why?
I've never played euchre.
Get the
And I've lived in Michigan in my whole life. Never played euchre.
really.
No. Neither's Monique, but she's from St. Louis. They don't do that.
Yeah, don't know shit, man.
They probably play spades or some shit.
Yeah, I think
Playing
they just throw,
pinochle.
they
Yeah.
throw lawn darts at each other.
Do you
Over
play
the
any
over the
cards?
house,
Do you
you
play
know.
cards at all?
I used to play rummy with my grandma. That was my extended card playing.
You just play. You play poker?
Uh-uh.
You don't fucking.
I don't see. I'm boring, man. I don't do anything fun.
I watched our last podcast, and it was something Levi said to him. You know, because he doesn't watch sports or know any sports
No, I
information
don't know
or
anything
anything.
about it.
And
None at all.
you said there's only so much room in dudes' brains for like half the stuff.
Right.
Or like you got all the music and
Yeah.
even very numerical, and you're a carpenter and you're a
Yep.
fucking engineer, and you know those statistics just get lost. Because,
Yeah. I never had I was raised by women, really, honestly, sisters and a mom. So I didn't really have a dude around that was into sports. That's probably how simple that is.
Probably
actually.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember music immediately meaning something to me, and it stuck.
But I think it's that most with at least I don't want to say most, but a lot of like artsy people just And I think that's one of the reasons why they're arts driven is because they wanted nothing to do with that fucking Jack bullshit scene or weren't accepted
Some
into
of
it, probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think those lines are a little more blurred now, but yeah. Because it's cool to be a geek now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
They're the guys, because those are going to be the
Big
billionaires.
Bang Theory.
I know.
Yeah.
They're going to be the billionaires.
Yeah.
These days. It's not the guy that could throw a football anymore unless you're a small minority of the country. You know, there's not very many professional. Yeah. I mean, what's the percentage of, you know, any given sport? How many people work for that sport?
Yeah.
NFL's probably pretty big considering production and everything else. And that's a nonprofit organization. So,
What
yeah.
did you just fucking say?
Look it up.
Look it up right now.
I'm not looking shit up.
Look up if the NFL is not for profit.
It's a nonprofit organization.
Look it up.
Last I knew, I know the.
I want to know this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just
if
I've never
I'm
heard
a
it before.
non-sports guy and I know that and I'm right.
No. I just want to see because
That'd
that's
be
something
weird,
I've
right?
never heard of before. And
Yeah.
how the fuck can that be a nonprofit? They make so much fucking money.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
The NFL itself
Mm-hmm.
potentially could be,
Yeah, it is.
but each team that comprises
Each team
the
is incorporated, correct? But the NFL,
All
all the
the-
franchising, all the
okay.
TV deals
Yeah,
is not,
because it is
not for profit.
it's
It's an organization
that houses the other ones. So
Well,
it's like a
it
regulation
just kind of
almost.
does the negotiate. I don't know what they do, but I assume that they just have a loose relationship to that, but they all make it work. Yeah. Can't remember where I heard that for the first time. That was like 20 years ago. I heard that, and I've heard other people say it. I'm pretty sure it's true. Yeah. Pretty good gig.
Got to be.
It's like these, you know, big ass churches that make as much as the NFL, you know, nonprofit, and they don't pay taxes.
I just don't. They're so fucking big. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Because they sure as shit don't.
it's impressive.
I don't want to say they don't go to charity because I'm sure they do. I know that they do.
Some does, but not as much as it takes to build some of that stuff. But I'm no expert on that kind of thing at all. I think what people choose to do with their money's cool. But if a business that does a lot of good has to pay taxes, I think everybody should.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whether it's a church or anything, that would make people take.
Speaking
all this
of
stuff
church,
more
you were an
seriously.
ordained minister at one point.
Yeah.
What
I still am.
denomination?
I was a Seventh-day Adventist.
Really?
Yeah, I was one of the crazy guys out there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. See, Levi now gets it.
Crazy serves crazy.
Yeah.
Seventh-day Adventist.
Mhm.
How long ago was this?
Oh, geez. Long time now. 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that on the podcast?
I can. Yeah. I mean, basically, I wasn't raised religious. I kind of was always curious. I read way too much. So I got interested. And I
The
thought, you know,
Bible?
yeah, I read the
You
Bible.
read the Bible a lot?
Oh, I've been through it a few times. Yeah. Yeah. And it just, I don't know, I needed something in my life. You know, I was a young guy, you know, a couple daughters and a wife, and I'm meant to take some things seriously now. And so I started looking at what I thought were deeper things. Sweetest people I've ever met in my life, actually, in that organization. But I just kept reading, and God, you know, I started reading about archaeology and geology and time
Science.
and science. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the whole science thing.
Yeah.
That sums it up. And you can throw logic and, you know, other things in there as well. And I just read and I studied and I kind of just talked myself out of it, just like I talked myself into it. It was just kind of like a fate. My whole life, you've known me. I've done all these different things in my lifetime, and it's just because I keep following a road of information, I guess.
Yeah, no, because I was going to say you're pretty consistently set on your own path.
Yeah,
You know?
I try to be.
Yeah.
I try to be listening to the warning signs on either side. You know,
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're doing it right, because like that's how people should be. People shouldn't just know everything. People shouldn't just know shit. People they should have an idea, and they should try to pursue knowledge of that idea. And then when other information presents itself,
Right.
say, all right,
let's
look this shit up.
That's me. That's how I live. But at the same time, there's people that I talked into believing things I no longer think. So I have survivor's guilt. That sounds like a horrible way to
Tag
put it.
them in this
Like
podcast.
fuck
you know,
them
you know.
because that's their
Well,
that's their
but-
fault.
But you know, the truth is, I'm a salesman. I that's how I treated.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, saying a bunch of horrible shit here right now, but
No, it's not horrible
But
at all.
that's how it's all.
There's no
designed.
because look,
That's how you're trained.
yeah, no, and I think because you sound like you think you're a dick back then. That's what.
Well, don't we all think that
Right.
of ourselves?
But that right
Actually-
there is a growth.
Actually, I think that I'm a dick now.
Oh,
I used to think of myself as a
well,
relatively
when
nice
you're
guy.
my age, you'll be looking back and have the same experience I do.
All right, good.
Yeah, you're on track.
But that's admitted growth, and I think that
Yeah.
like you can look back on that shit and just be like,
Well,
that's the way it was.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong now. Shit, I don't know. I'm just following the science, following my path. And I can kind of see my path better than ever right now. I mean, we're making some changes. Monique and I are selling the house. Got a new studio designed. It's gonna be the real deal. Video, audio, really nice rooms.
They've told me a lot about it.
Yeah, an actual board. We're gonna go as analog as we can. Keep it warm. And that's what we're trying to do. When I'm 55 years old right now, Monique's gonna retire in 6 years. I could just like not do anything and not build this thing,
Yeah.
and be further ahead than if I build it and in my lifetime ever hope to recoup
Right.
that kind of
But
investment.
I think that's
that-
just like you said because you
but I just
want
love
to do it,
I
man.
just love doing it, and a lot of facilities up here haven't been able to make it work. We've been really fortunate. I've been able to make it work. Monique and I have made it work. And all my clients, I just got a lot of repeat customers. That's how you build any business. But yeah, if everything goes as planned, we'll be rocking out. We'll have to do a podcast from the new control room. When we get
Fuck
going.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should get a
Done.
band. You should get a fucking local band. Crony.
Crony?
At the end of their
Excellent
recording
choice.
sessions, we will set up a podcast with
Oh, we can do
Crony
that.
in fucking Runyan studio.
We can do that.
All right. I'm in.
Do it for Crony.
Yeah. We just like sit wherever they're playing. I don't know. I'd have to look in.
And they are a band that actually plays live. Any of the
Yeah.
tracks you ever hear, those are all played at one time at the whole band.
So I think
Tom Petty style.
here's how I
Yeah.
think it should go. Here's how I think it should go. You don't have anybody in the drum room, except that's where we set up the podcast in the drum room. Because I'm thinking about the studio now as a template.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we set up the podcast in the drum room, and then the band plays live in the fucking.
Well, I put the
big room.
drums in the drum room, but
Well, right, but I'm saying,
it's for isolation.
oh, you're thinking about sound reasons. I
Yeah,
forget
I'm
about
weird
that
that way.
fucking sound shit.
Fuck the sound. Let's just make a video.
I was just trying
that
to make it
sounds
about
like-
me.
Like,
Wait a
Oh.
second, I'm doing this podcast.
I'm in your basement right now. I think
No, but I forgot about you. Actually
Yeah.
need good sound. So
Yeah,
you need the
it
drum room.
helps. It helps.
Yeah.
And Matt Hayes is a monster drummer. He hits hard, so I really need him in a different.
We could actually do the unless you wanted Andrew in the vocal booth for sure.
Why couldn't
Figure it
we
out.
just do it in the control room?
We could just do it in the
Yeah, you
control
can,
room
just
with
do it.
Runyan.
You could do it from
Yeah.
my perspective and
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
and see what's
That's
going
actually a good idea.
And then we can
So are you going to be out of that?
throw in our 2 cents into the production.
Yeah. I'll have a live mic from you to the
Yeah.
musicians through the whole tape.
Dude, that'd
yeah.
be fucking
No,
great.
do that again. No, do that again. Now put it as symbol there.
It's like that sometimes.
So when are they done with their new record?
I have 4 songs pretty much mixed.
He was
I
saying
thi-
in the next year, probably.
Well, it should be out way before that. I've got scheduling issues right now, as you can tell, with the property situation going
Yeah.
on. But I'm still trying to get everybody in and out as fast as I can and still do good work. I got to get them in. They asked for more time just yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I will work that out for them, get them in, because they like to all come in together like on a Saturday and pound out 2 tunes.
Yeah.
Then come back a few more weeks and pound out 2 tunes. They come in and just always ready to just absolutely slaughter 2
Yeah.
tunes. Yeah. And I mean,
So when are you done? When are you out of the? When are you out of your current studio?
well, I hope to be out of there middle of next month,
Okay.
September.
So you're going to be in a new studio, regardless. Not your new studio.
I'm building or I'm remodeling a place to make an interim studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a commercial facility in Bel Air.
When are you going to have your new studio done?
We're
you
going to
think?
start in the spring, so I would hope to open. I don't know, it's a pretty sophisticated thing, so I'm guessing it'll probably take a year before I'm happy enough to just like start tracking there. If I have a place that's already working, because we're integrating a new board, whole different mixing environment, so the acoustics are going to be correct, so it's going to take a while to get it right.
That'll be the middle of season 2 SmittyDick's podcast.
Right, yeah.
So I imagine
Yep.
you're building this facility around the idea of a mixing of a production facility rather than just integrating the production facility into the building.
Yeah, you're right. The control room this time is going to be 3 times as big as the one I've got now. It's going to have the house board and some outboard gear and lots of chairs. Everybody likes to hang out in the control room, and the live room, right, the way it's designed, I have a really good size that's like 30 by 45 or something like that, a live room. And other than that, we've got 3 other isolation booths that are all facing the right direction for everybody can be isolated and still seeing each other. And they'll have a lounge and all that good stuff as well.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty big endeavor, but it's just as bands, I've learned that being comfortable, having a place that's good for them and they get used to it, that's as important as any piece of equipment I could own.
Right.
Having an environment.
Just
that's right.
sterile, something sterile and like it doesn't seem like you would want to play.
No, and certainly aren't going to be super creative in an environment that's sterile. But I've seen some studios that are pretty sterile, very industrial looking. I mean, it does work for some people, but I mean, I can barely have any lights on when I mix. I like, sensory deprivation other than my ears.
Whiskey and lights down,
lights
fucking
down.
headphones on, down like fucking Nosferatu, working like you're editing. I can only imagine.
Right?
That's what I'm like when I'm doing this shit.
That's how I mix. And I mix in the middle of the night, man. People want to come into a mix session. I don't generally do them.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mix in 2 o'clock in the fucking afternoon
Dude,
on a nice day. I want to mix in the middle of the night after I've had a couple too many drinks, and I can just really chill and not analyze it like an engineer anymore. Listen to it as somebody.
Plus, nobody's gonna fuck with you
Right.
at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Nobody's
you'd be
fucking with you.
surprised.
In theory, in
Oh,
general,
yeah, most people,
Yeah.
there are musicians still awake at 2 in the morning every day of the week.
No, yeah,
So
yeah.
they pop in.
I would love to sit in with your mixing. I want to say a goddamn word. I'll just sit there and you wouldn't fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, we should do that sometime. I thought about, I'm not the best mixing guy around here by any means. I'm certainly not the best one I know for sure. But the process is interesting. If nobody's ever seen a song get put together, there's a lot of work, a lot of care.
Super fucking interesting.
A lot of
to me.
math.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
A lot
and
of math.
that's why I can't.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll lose me, but
Nah, it's not.
It's just seconds off of seconds.
Right.
I go by more about meh.
It's
That'll work.
It's
It's
meh.
okay. It's okay.
It's meh.
Yeah. I would love to be able to feel that way, but it's really weird in this world, in this business, is if the next thing you do doesn't sound at least as good as the last thing you did, you're done.
Right.
You have to keep changing it up and getting better and better. And I mean, even with bands, like we're talking about Crony, the first songs we tracked I didn't know them yet.
Yeah.
They sound different, even though I could mix it exactly the same than the newer songs that we've done. But they're more comfortable in the studio. I probably put mics in a little bit different position. I might have handled things a little differently in the sessions, which led to a different environment. I'm mixing all 4 of them right now, and it's like I can tell these 2 from these 2.
Just sonically.
Or maybe it's the feel. I don't know if it's the sound. I should know. I technically am the guy that should know if it's the sound, but I don't know if the sound is more important than the feel when you're mixing or making any kind of music. I think if there's no feel, I mean, why fucking bother mixing it?
Yeah.
They might hear it, but they're not gonna love it. There's some really shitty recordings out there that people absolutely love and go to every day, because the feel's there, the soul's there. I mean, by today's standards, a lot of the stuff that gets played on classic rock, those recordings are really horrible. Some of them,
Example.
Motley Crue.
Well, fuck Motley Crue anyway.
Well, there you go. There's that. But I was in a 80s cover band here a little while ago, Derailed. Awesome guys. Loved playing in that band. So I learned a lot of 80s hair metal stuff. That was never my thing. You know, in the 80s, I was making original music. I wasn't really listening to music.
Yeah.
So I had a different perspective. So I went back and learned all these songs, and the Motley Crue recordings were just so thin. So, I mean, I would have felt like I really fucked it up if I had something that sounded like that today. And it might have just been the way it was archived. I could have been listening to bad, versions, but
Nope.
no, it just
No, you
sounded
don't.
like
Yeah,
shit.
no,
Okay,
it's just the way
sounded
it-
like
it's
shit.
just the way it sounds.
But you know what? It was so cool because all this stuff I never listened to, I didn't really care that much about. The band was really good to me because they knew it wasn't my thing. They put up with me getting pissed off about playing, like Billy Squire tunes and stuff. But I had a lot of fun playing that, and it wasn't because the music was hard. Some of it was, most of it wasn't. But just seeing the reaction, people my age and just a little bit younger out there packing a floor.
Yeah.
From those old tunes that I thought were absolute crap at the time. I don't know very many genres of music where I see people as enthusiastic as that 80s hair metal
And
stuff.
look,
When
it's
that shit
fucking
comes
weird,
out,
man.
And young kids would come. I mean, 20-year-olds would come
Because
and see
honestly,
it.
yeah,
It's crazy.
it was such a fucking more or less like a carefree party scene, as sort of fucked up as like the hippies in the 60s.
And dudes could wear makeup because, we all want to.
Fucking glam, fucking Aquanet hair, and fucking it was just something about it where it was just like a party.
That shit hid some really good musicians because that's all I saw was the clownery of the whole thing. And there's some really good musicians in those bands, and I didn't really know it, just listening to the songs. But,
And that's a terrible shame.
right. I feel it is too. Yeah, absolutely. George Lynch, he was in Lynch Mob, but he was in something.
Docking.
That's right. I mean, that was really good band, but it's he is a badass. I mean, he is still one of the world's best guitar players, in my opinion. He's and that's what guitar players say.
Yeah.
I mean, the average person listening might not know the difference, but he is really good. And a lot of the solos and stuff that I thought were really kind of hokey. I've seen two really good guitar players that I love in Derailed, and they worked at it. They had to earn it. Some of that stuff's not as easy as I thought it was. So.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like comparing that to like a contemporary band like Avenged Sevenfold. I could really give two shits about their music,
Right.
but a lot of the musicians in that band
Oh,
are
yeah.
really good.
Most certainly. Yeah. Singer. One of the best singers out there.
I'm not a big fan of the singer. I think he's trying to be Axl Rose. But their
No,
guitar players are great.
Oh
for
yeah.
me.
Yep. And I think he's great too, but he sounds like he should be in that band, I guess is what I'm saying. He's the
That
right
makes sense.
he's the right fit for their sound and
Right.
what they're doing.
It makes
Yeah.
sense that
all of their solos sound like fucking soundtrack to Mega Man.
I never noticed that.
Seriously, all their fucking solos sound like when we're done
Look,
here.
I
I'll hook up the other board.
It's guitar harmonies is what you're talking about.
I'll have to quit my job in order to do that because I'll probably have to be super high to understand.
No, Mega Man the video game.
No, I understand
Yeah.
Mega Man the video
Which-
game, but I'll probably have to be super high to make the connection.
But it makes
Between-
sense. Now that I think about it, it's the guitar harmonies.
Yeah.
They have these guitar leads
Yeah.
that they do. You know what they are.
Yeah.
And that's what that stuff is based on.
I'm saying their solos sound like fucking.
Yeah. Queen, Def Leppard, a lot of bands have used that kind of layering.
No, it's just
Iron
Avenged
Maiden.
Sevenfold. It's
Iron
just,
Maiden was the best.
It's
at
just Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not anybody
That's
else. When we're done, no, I'm gonna fucking show you guys.
Look, I'm going to totally ignore that.
Now I'm gonna put this whole production together of us making a video with comparing the fucking.
Look, you can. I'll just be somewhere else.
But then that's not us. It has to be us.
It's not going to be.
It's always going to be us.
No, fuck.
I believe
No,
that.
it's
I
not.
believe that. I can see it.
No, please, God. No. They don't leave. Hey, grab a beer.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad, would it? You know, hanging with your brother whole rest of your life.
Not in the same goddamn house.
No?
No.
Yeah.
No. We love each other. We'll hang out occasionally in the same room. But I work opposite hours that he does.
Right.
So I'm barely here while he's here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I came home and he was just a little while ago before you got here, ate dinner, you made brats. Fuck yeah. Thanks, man.
Right.
Fucking podcast a little bit. Cool. Yeah.
Sounds sweet.
I like having my own spot.
Yeah.
And the floors in the house
Yes.
are totally different. Like I basically have control of the main living floor, and it looks like a home, and he has control of the basement,
Yeah, it looks like a what?
and it looks,
It looks
like
like a
a
what?
fucking bachelor pad,
It looks like
which is fine.
Well, that makes sense.
It looks like
this is it. This is what it looks like.
in the other room
fucking-
too.
there's beer cans and there's drug paraphernalia all around.
Yeah, it is really cool. You're right. It is an
You
awesome.
say it like that.
It's how can you go?
It's weed stuff. It's legal now. Why would you say that?
Because it's funny to me. It's funny. It's more funny for me to say drug paraphernalia than your bowl.
Toilet.
Yeah, but that's the beer cans are
I just
consolidated.
I just bought curtains for the living room.
Whoa. That's
So
that's like buying a ring, man. That's like
He
some
bought
kind of
he bought
commitment.
curtains. He bought wall art. I bought fucking shit for the podcast studio
yeah.
and bread.
Right. Yep. So because he fucking needs his peanut butter and jelly toast.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Don't start making fun about what I eat, because I'm never gonna start making fun about what you eat.
You know what? I would love it.
All right.
I haven't had that.
Make fun of what I eat.
I don't wanna.
You're gonna make fun of the homemade lasagna?
No.
I thought he was gonna say dicks.
The homemade dicks.
That's what
Not that
thought.
I can remember.
It's a SmittyDick's podcast. I figured that's what was coming.
No, this is get out of here, cat.
Hey. All right, cat.
Don't eat that wire.
Yeah. Dude, that fucking cat when he wants to get in here and that door's shut, he comes launching himself from the fucking other side of the basement room and launches himself against the door because it doesn't shut properly. I need to get a different latch for it. So it, like I said, it doesn't latch, and he pushes it and it bounces out.
Oh,
It
then
like
you can get in.
then he's like it
Yeah.
pushes and bounces itself out, and then he gets in. I'm like, hey, fucker. But he comes just fucking
Don't
running
eat
down
my
the
wires.
basement.
It's
Yeah.
probably the ghost.
Yeah,
No, I
those
saw
two.
him do it.
Oh.
Anyway, he wants to get in here and fuck shit up. Really curious. He's like,
Cats.
oh, you got like bells and fucking glasses and shit up here.
Yeah.
I
Cats
need to come
would
down.
have a field day in here. Between
Yeah.
the wires and everything to knock off a shelf. Yeah.
Climb up the fucking.
I was down
blankets.
here.
Yeah.
I was down here the other night watching after after my radio show Saturday. I came and watched John Denver Wilderness Live in the Wilderness.
The wilderness concert.
The Wilderness concert. Watch that. It was really good. There was a part that made me fucking cry laughing. Because it's totally early 90s. It looks like a church program. It's so white. It's like bunch of Seventh Day Adventists.
It is.
Just
It is.
hanging out, watching fucking John Denver, and they pan across the audience, and there was like a group of a black family. It looked like 3 or 4 people, and they were into it. And it's especially like a John Denver concert. You see a black family like, oh, there's black people that like John Denver. That's fantastic. Wasn't expecting that. So they pan across the family, and they're all having a good time. And then the kid who must have been 16, 18 years old. He's just like looking like this. The camera pans across to him. And he just goes, just fucking hated the fact that I was sitting here with my family watching fucking John Denver. Was hilarious.
To be fair, when you were 16, you would have given the same look.
no, exactly. 100%. 100%. It was just, I think, a little more comical because it was a black family. And he was like,
Right.
fuck this.
The
honky nonsense.
the 5 out of 15,000 people.
The what?
The 5 out of 15,000 people that weren't white.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that was the same ratio. That was probably the right ratio.
When was that? 70 something, probably.
It was like early 90s.
Oh, really?
Early 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s, something.
That was like his comeback thing.
Oh,
he had-
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, before he left for good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because
Right
when did he
before.
die? Late 90s? Early
94,
2000s?
95, something like
95,
that.
yeah.
That's when he died? Mid 90s?
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
upper 90s.
Check your fuel. He died in plane crash.
Mhm.
Ran out of fuel.
Was that? I didn't know he ran out of
Yeah.
fuel.
Didn't you watch the documentary? You
Yeah,
told me
but
that
it's
you were watching
I
the
didn't.
documentary.
Yeah, but I don't know if it.
And
if
there's
I
a
missed
whole
the
like
part-
15-minute part about the plane.
I might not have finished it then. I might not have finished it.
That is at the end.
The very end.
It's like the last page
Yeah.
if it was a book.
No, that was really good. I've been getting a lot of John Denver lately. I don't know what that just means.
Well,
You
I-
should
I liked
you
his
should
voice.
get into John Denver.
I liked his voice.
Great
the
fucking songs.
oh, great
And a
songs.
really good guitar player.
yeah.
Totally underrated guitar
Yeah.
player.
And he seemed like a pretty nice guy.
Like,
So,
yeah, genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though he was kind of like an aw shucks, you know,
And he wrote music about fucking
mountains,
nature and smoking
Nature.
weed. And
Goddamn right, man.
there you go. Listen to John Denver while you're going hiking in the mountains.
there
I
you
do.
go.
No, and that's the one thing. It must be a new thing for me, or I mean, it is a new thing for me, but it must be an age thing. The fact that I'm getting into nature and I'm trying to go hiking, I want to spend a lot of time in the mountains now. You know, where I'm
Right.
fucking. My hiking playlist is John Denver, Simon and Garfunkel, and Bob Dylan. And I've never been into Bob Dylan a lot, and I'm now getting into John Denver.
You get more interested in the story.
I think I'm just getting
'Cause those
more
are
interested in
storytellers
great
that you're
songs.
getting
Yeah.
into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not every song tells a story. Those all do.
I never knew how many fucking Bob Dylan songs I really loved. And would hear a cover and not know it was Bob Dylan.
Right.
Or and just the song that you never really heard, maybe you heard a clip
Bruce
of.
Springsteen,
Yeah.
same way. He's written a ton of songs for
Mhm.
other people.
I was having a conversation about him with one of the radio bosses, and he's a legit rock radio dude. Like
Mhm.
that dude knows what he's talking about, and he was just like, "Yeah, I've seen." Bruce Springsteen is just, one of those artists that you watch live, and you'll be a fucking Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
fan for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, he wrote "Blinded by the Light."
He did.
He did.
Maybe
I was
that's
just
why you
talking to
like
him.
it so
God
much.
Yeah.
damn it! I
Yeah.
came in the other day. I was in the car listening to Manfred Mann, "Blinded by the
Yeah.
Light," and I think it was the first time I had ever listened to the song all the way through. Not hearing it, I've heard it,
Right.
but that was the first time I've ever fucking paid attention for some reason to Manfred Mann's "Blinded by the
Yeah.
Light," and I couldn't believe how much I fucking loved it.
Right.
I don't know
No,
why.
it's a work-
I've heard that song a million
Well,
fucking times.
It's a work of art.
It's and that's it.
Yeah.
It's
Back
it's
to
art. And it's like your palate for food. It's like your appreciation of any type of art. It changes as you get older,
That's true.
and you get to appreciate different shit.
This is the most philosophical thing that we've ever done, right there.
Oh my God.
That's great. Sober October.
Rocktober.
Sober.
Sober
October.
October. Us?
I'm doing it.
You are?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are
Wow.
you? You asked me if I was. Is it just gonna be me?
I asked you
So I didn't know if that meant you were going to do it.
It was an incredulous question. You're doing sober October?
Oh,
It's in the inflection.
Yeah,
It's at the end.
oh, I was like, when you said it, I thought,
No, Joe Rogan.
Fucking 2 beers a week is not going to matter at
Yeah.
all.
Because Rogan's doing that. Obviously, that's why
right.
we're
And I
probably
didn't know if
talking
I
about
want.
it.
I didn't know if I want because I was like, fucking Rogan's doing it, and I didn't want to like act like I was ripping off a podcast.
And I'm still trying to understand the concept of being sober for a whole month. I don't know what I would gain by that. I really don't.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying
Could
to see
I
what
do
it
it?
does to me health
I
wise.
probably could do it.
I'm trying
but
to
I don't
see what
the
it does to
point.
me health wise because I think I'm just gonna drink all water.
That would be
That
good for
would
you
be
no
the
matter what.
biggest difference.
I mean, I drink a lot of water still now, but I don't.
But
I
if
mean,
you're not-
beer's mostly
if you're
made out
not-
of water.
Drinking 4 of these a day
no, yeah,
and you're just drinking water, I mean, this is equal to a fucking Pepsi.
sure.
So if you're replacing that with water, that's going to make a big
No, that
fucking
make a
difference.
big difference.
I think I'll have more problem not smoking weed.
Well, you know what? There's no calories there. If you can
That's
control,
what I'm saying.
You can control the appetite thing,
Yeah,
which I heard could happen with such a substance.
You got
I have gotten better.
You got your CBD oil, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Or would that count?
Well, it
Against
depends on
sober
how
October.
sober
it
your
wouldn't
October
because it's not an intoxicant, so it doesn't. There's no sobriety.
Well, you can't tell these fucking assholes that aren't a fan of it that because they're like, oh, that,
Yeah,
yeah.
those people are really stupid.
Yeah, they don't know anything. I mean,
Yeah.
really, it's the whole world didn't come to an end, did it?
Right.
Can't wait till the weed stores open.
Oh,
What?
Nothing.
the one guy here that can't do it was laughing. We must take it more seriously than that, or something. I don't know.
I had a conversation with a guy today that was considering getting a roommate and charging them $200 a month extra for free weed for rent. Like,
Yeah.
rather than $500 a month for rent, charging them $700 a month for rent
Well,
and just giving them free weed.
That's a pretty good deal,
That's
actually.
a good goddamn
That
deal.
is a good goddamn deal.
you can do that legally too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give it to them.
Yeah.
You can gift it.
More
Yeah.
or less legally.
Yeah, as legal as any of that shit can be
Yep.
right now, the way it is. But, yeah, that'd be a good deal. Weed's a little scarce right now from people I know that actually grow it. It's everybody. They weren't ready for the demand that got created when it became legal.
We always talk about a restaurant about the Fat Dick Brothers opening up.
The Fat Dick Brothers?
Yeah. No, wait.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Who are you talking
This has
about?
never been discussed
Who
in
are
my
you?
life.
Yeah, but yeah, you
The
always
Fat
talking about
Dick
it.
Brothers. You fucking prick.
You know what I meant though.
Did I? Do I?
Yeah. You know what I meant.
The Fat Dick
We're
Brothers.
the SmittyDick's.
Oh, okay.
And we're all fat.
Yeah.
We're brothers.
Oh, he could have said Smitty did.
Yeah. The Fat
would've
Dick
worked.
Brothers.
We were always talking about what we would have on our restaurant because this fucking dickhead is believe it or not, he's as good a cook as he is a fucking asshole.
It's
You're a
reasonable.
goddamn fucking good
So if he
cook.
was coming up with recipes, like it would be like So we always talk about what would be in our restaurants. I'm just wondering how we could incorporate weed into the restaurant.
I don't know if you could incorporate weed.
I
because
think every kitchen in northern Michigan is including weed in their restaurant.
That'd be fantastic.
It's just break time, but
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
I don't know too many restaurant people that aren't on something.
As far as I know, it's only
legal
legal in.
That cat's coming through, man.
He wants to fucking get in here.
Oh, he opened that door.
Get out of here.
Oh my god,
He'll be
That
all right.
cat-
He's like, all right.
that cat pulled the door out to get
I'm
in.
telling you, man.
As far as I know, it's only legal in your personal residence or like, and there's like eventually there's going to be like establishments.
There will be establishments. Yeah.
but
But if your establishment is a restaurant, how would you, if you could have alcohol and weed and fucking food, that would be ideal,
My God, I'd never go.
I
there.
would
right?
I'd live there.
if
I'd have a restaurant.
if I were the patron of said restaurant, I believe that I would only allow it in the food. I don't think I would allow it to be smoked.
Couldn't.
Yeah.
Can't smoke in public anyways.
On the patio.
I still wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
That's my personal preference.
Well, I would agree
because
with
that would, I think that would decrease the number of customers.
I don't think it would. I think it
But-
I think it would just cater to everybody that wants to go there and smoke fucking weed. And there'd be a
everybody will have
lot.
contact
I don't
buzz.
want that. I don't just want that customer base though. I want everybody, but I also want to be able to serve a weed cookie.
Right.
Okay.
I can see both points. I do. But you just have a
maybe we'll have a poker room.
designated area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, poker room.
Actually, I think I had a dream a few nights ago about we owned a golf course with a restaurant, and we started a brewery in the restaurant.
That sounds
So we had a golf
fantastic.
course, a brewery, and a restaurant.
Oh.
That would be the way to go.
That
That's
would
a
work.
lot of maintenance, dude. That's a lot of fucking.
Our dad
No, dude.
could do the yard work.
Seriously. We were talking about this a month or so ago. That if our dad was given the opportunity to be the fucking lawn maintenance dude on like the grounds somewhere,
You'd
a
be
ball field, he'd be like Forrest Gump. He
Yep.
would be like, these
Really?
motherfuckers are letting me drive this tractor around, mow this grass every goddamn day. This is great.
Just love it.
And
love it.
his pay would be free food and free golf.
There you go. Perfect. That's a good business model.
And
right
weed.
there.
Free golf, free food, free weed.
Weed on the
Business
course.
model.
Goddamn. Well, what do you got coming up?
Me? I'm not sure. I got a lot hinges on this sale of the house and property. Everything's gonna happen eventually, but just a matter of timing. It's hard to keep
Yeah.
a business going if you don't know what's going
You're
on.
gonna have your annual Halloween party.
We are.
At
You're
your new
both-
place?
No.
Oh wait.
We're renting a place to have the Halloween party this year. I'll let you know where
Like
that
a
is
hall
when we have it. Yeah,
kind of thing?
when we have it nailed down. Yeah, big house.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because we didn't have a very big house and we had 200 people in there
Yeah.
for Halloween party. 3 bands.
It was a
We're so
fucking. It
silly.
was a layer
so
cake
silly.
of freaks.
It was, and I love them all. They're all either friends.
Dude,
or
I
clients.
love it, dude. I love going. I just love hanging out with you and people you know. But at that party, I love fucking the fact that everybody gets dressed up and nobody's bitching out of dressing up and everybody's in it.
It's and it's really wild because, literally, this is a true story. There was a multi-millionaire in my mechanical room looking at my boiler because that's where he made his money. Just had a chair. Sat there,
Just
looked at
chilling out.
a lot of people. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's his thing. Okay, millionaire, multi-millionaire, and another friend of mine who's he's a little odd. Like all my friends are. But this dude doesn't have 2 sticks to rub together. And they started talking, and they spent most of the evening talking to each other. A multimillionaire and somebody that had nothing, and that happened at our house. Monique and I just love that. That's the kind of thing that happens at our
Yeah.
house. Is you have every spectrum of everything there is, represented in our
Well,
parties.
I had a lot of fun,
Yeah,
and
Glad
for the
you
most
did.
part, I say fuck going to wherever. Like, my cousin wants me to go to her wedding reception this weekend.
Nah, go to the.
Oh, is it
Runyan
this
party.
weekend?
This
She
weekend.
asked me
Oh,
to go
this
too.
weekend.
This upcoming weekend. And first of all, at this point in my life, I say fuck weddings. Second,
So do I.
I think most married people that I know would agree with you.
Second, it's going to be a combination family reunion and class reunion. which are two terrible things.
Yeah, at least.
So I'm probably going to that.
Yeah, because our cousin is the same age as Leo. Like they were in the same grade,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So everybody that's at that fucking wedding is everybody you went to fucking high school with.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh no!
But
Oh no!
I'm a totally different person than I was when I was in high school.
Sure, but there's
But
Are you really?
oh yeah,
How'd you do that? I'm exactly the same dumb
Look.
asshole I've been since I was like fucking 5.
dude. Let me tell you something.
I was shy and quiet when I was in high school.
You haven't changed.
Yeah, I know.
At all. I don't see it.
But to that point, like for the most part, I say fuck going out and hanging out and spending time with people.
Yeah.
But I had I really had a lot of fun
Good.
at your party.
Oh, I'm glad you did
It was
because
blast.
we have a lot
I
of
was
good, lot
sweating
of
my
good people.
fucking balls off.
Yeah. with the
in
windows.
waiters.
Yeah. You were. That was, I don't know, good or bad choice your call.
Well,
well, there's 200 people throughout more. We lost count at 200 last year. In the living room, kitchen area at any given time, I think there's probably usually at least 50 people wandering around in there, maybe a little more. Plus full band and 8,000 watt PA system and all that good fun stuff. Hopefully you had fun.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
We've
got a place we're going to have it this year. Hopefully the big one, 2020 is a big one for Monique, the big Halloween party. So we're going to, I'm definitely going to have a house done or the studio done or both by then. So, and there'll be, I think I can say it, a reunion at that 2020 Halloween party.
Reunion of
Ground Zero, my old band.
Really?
Yeah. We've all talked and
Nice.
we just have to, nail down a drummer situation.
How long ago? You said 20 years?
I played with them for 27 years.
Yeah.
And the last time we played was probably 6 years ago.
What did you play? What kind of?
It's a cover band.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it fun.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because everything else I do is original. So it's nice. It's nice to play covers and I have to think sometimes. But actually, we played really hard stuff. 90s grunge stuff.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains. Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters. A lot of fun shit. And we would always pick the song that might not have been the hit. It was the one that was next to it on the record.
That's the fucking shit I want to hear.
We tried
that's
not to.
Fun.
We would throw in enough number ones or whatever to keep so we played them. But we would always like to play the songs that people knew and was never on the radio. That's kind of how we like to do it.
We were talking. He was just talking about reunions and the anniversary or the wedding reception / high school reunion, family reunion thing. And how you've changed and shit. And you used to be quiet. I used to be quiet too. But I went to my reunion 5 years ago. And I'm not lying when I tell you, because I am way different than I was back then. I am not as reserved. I'm way more quick to tell you to go fuck yourself if you don't like whatever. It wasn't like that back then. I was totally awkward, totally fucking quiet. And as soon as this fucking thing started, it was exactly the way that it was back then. Like, I was sitting there, I'm like, how the fuck are you feeling this way right now?
Your programming gets switched right back in time.
Jesus fucking Christ. The same women that I couldn't talk to back then, I couldn't talk to this fucking goddamn thing until I got a few drinks in me, and then it's a different story.
Oh, that always helps.
I couldn't fucking get hammered when I was 13.
Well, you could have.
Well, some may have.
So anyway,
but I don't know anybody like that.
That's like real shit. Like I left that reunion going, God damn it. I couldn't believe it. What the fuck?
That's a terrible shame.
I was ashamed of myself.
Well, when we have our parties, it's like a family reunion, but it's the family you chose. They're all our good friends, our good clients, people, just that I grew up with, all the way to people that are, whoever, industry people or just people that from around Bel Air and the local areas. But we try to get our clients there. It's hard because it's always on a Saturday and everybody's got a Halloween gig.
Yeah.
Galactic Sherpas, a band that's probably
worth Saturday the what?
Yeah, I don't. Saturday of the Halloween. I'm not sure.
Saturday of the Halloween.
Yeah, Galactic Sherpas always play City Park Grill that night. I'd like to go see them, but
yeah,
I mean, I'm supposed to be starting record number 7 with them here. Real quick.
You know what you should do is see how many people can get like a fucking Wednesday night off.
Well, we did that.
Or a Thursday morning off rather, and then you fucking just have a Wednesday night
We
party.
had the Runyan Media anniversary party on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we had so many people I've worked with over the years. It was so nice.
Yeah.
Musicians could come on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, that was really cool. That was smart. Monique's, she's the smart one. She figured that would work.
Look,
She was
I mean,
right.
I know you're a very self-deprecating dude, and you, but
I should be.
yeah. But you are super smart too. But your wife is way smarter.
Oh yes, no doubt, no doubt, and way better looking as well. So
Yeah.
you know, I scored. Yay me.
So we got coming up, man. Right up top. I know I asked you already.
Yeah,
but
I just got. I was working on. We're gonna start pre-production on a record for Catharsis Theory, which
Yeah.
I know you know. I met them through you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Brothers Crunch. We have one more session, and we'll be mixing. I'm already actually mixing. We just need to touch up some stuff and get it done. And Crony, we're continuing to work on that project. I've got. Oh my God, man! Yeah, Sean Miller. He's in the Real Ingredients. We're doing his solo record right now. Got a lot of stuff going on.
like to hear it.
Lavender Lions. Remember that
Lavender
name?
Lions.
Lavender Lions.
No.
Out of Boyne City. Eric Van Horn and his wife Laura, and great rhythm section. I'm an asshole because I can't remember their names right now. I haven't met them yet. Actually, we just did pre-production with
It's,
Eric and Laura.
Then it's being an asshole with no bass. Like
Well,
yeah.
Well,
There's no bass. to
I
be an
have
asshole.
lots of
Yeah.
basses,
Yeah.
but too many more than likely. But that band is really cool. It's a really cool kind of a throwback project. A throwback, I don't mean that. I mean, they sound like something out of the 70s. So we're tracking it like something out of the 70s. And the plan right now is for it to go to vinyl.
Shit.
So,
I'll
and
listen
I
to
haven't
some,
done
but
anything
yeah.
with the vinyl. Well, 25 years probably, maybe. 20.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it kind of like a falling off a bike kind of thing?
Well, I just mix it, and then it goes to somebody who knows how to master something like that because it has to work correctly engineering wise for the lathe and all that. So I wouldn't even attempt.
Oh wow!
I wouldn't.
Is that
I wouldn't
that much
attempt,
different?
I wouldn't even attempt to master something going to vinyl. I think anybody digital like me that would try is better think twice about it. Find somebody who knows how to do it.
I guess I could just never, and I don't know why I would.
Well,
I just can't even fathom that it would be such a different process.
Even the mixing, I would use a lot less compression on everything. But when you think about a record and the outside spins faster than the inside, yet the song doesn't change pitch
Yeah.
and your bass response for the most part stays the same. You have more bass on the outside of a record than on the inside, depending on how they're engineered, but you can put more bass on it because it's longer. So the ratio changes as it goes in. I just wouldn't even want to mess with that kind of thing. Just mix it, make it sound good. Send it off to somebody who knows what they're doing for the vinyl. I pick my battles.
Some fucking science.
Oh, too much science. Let's get back
Science
to
and math.
Yeah, it's a lot of math, a lot of science.
Take one of these fine SmittyDick's stickers.
Yes. I'm gonna
Welcome.
put that right on the front of my 4Runner, just like
Dude,
that,
do it.
right over the Toyota
Yeah.
emblem.
I actually don't expect you to devalue any kind of property that you have with that fucking thing.
Toyota.
I
That's
saw
what
those
they should
guys
be
on the
using for their logo.
accident on Facebook, and I hate their guts.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
You know, you asked me what I got going on. I got that in house building, house
Yeah.
selling, road building. We'll be 400 feet back off the road. It's gonna have to get a tractor, all kinds of crap going on. Musically, I tried to give you what was going on, but there's all that other stuff that's probably gonna take more of my energy because I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to
Yeah.
slow down a little bit in order to get it done.
Well, as long as I got time, you need help.
Oh,
Fucking
man,
just let me
appreciate
know.
it, man.
I'm gonna
I'll get a bulldozer in there and have you come over. Hey man, let's knock some trees down.
dude. Yeah, I can.
You
I can
can
do that.
level some concrete.
Oh,
I can level some concrete.
cool.
I mean, I'm not going to be good at it. But I
You
can do
have
it.
a
It's been
lot
a
of
long
Mason
time.
blood in you guys. I know your family, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah. I
in there.
explained to him. I think I did
Yeah,
about our stonemason lineage.
Yeah, I
the
know.
Smiths and the Pecks.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
the Pecks. I
Yeah.
know some Smiths, and yeah, just Mando Mike,
Damn right.
monster player.
You know who we're talking about, right?
Nope.
Are you fucking
He's
serious?
your cousin, I think.
Mike Peck, Mando Mike, Mandolin Mike plays Soul Patch, Mando Mike. Mike Peck. It's your fucking cousin.
Probably.
Well, I know your cousin.
Dude, I don't pay attention to shit.
Great player.
Killing me. You're goddamn killing me. Dave Runyan,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Fuck
got
you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
We'll have some audio up on YouTube
I mean-
or on iTunes at some point.
You guys talk the same way on the podcast as you do. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Did you think that we were just putting on an act?
Yeah.
Well, no, because I know you guys. I know it's the real deal. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I couldn't. If I didn't trust what was going to happen, I wouldn't be
No,
here.
we were
No.
we were talking the other day, and I was just thinking. I don't think I said it. I don't think I said it to you, but I'm like, either we're just really mean to each other, or we seriously just like anything. Like we're.
You
I
can
don't.
say
I haven't
love.
figured
You can
out.
say love each other.
I
It's
didn't
all right.
figure out.
More love.
Couldn't figure out what it was. Either we're just really mean to each other, or we just like anything fucking flies, and you could say whatever you
yeah.
want.
That's it. And like the first time my ex-wife heard the podcast, she's like, "Why do you guys swear so much?" I'm like,
Why the fuck
"That's
not?
what that's how we talk to each other."
Yeah.
I mean, we're not just putting on a show.
No.
It's just, that's how we talk to each other.
Most smart people swear.
There's a lot of
I
studies
could,
that say that.
I could.
It's
believe
just
that
a good word bridge for me.
Yeah.
It's a good. It's
instead
literally,
of
yeah.
or
I
it's
bet
fuck. It's a good one.
when I am at my full peak, fucking
Creativity.
creativity and I don't want to say anger level, but worked up level. When I'm at that peak worked up
You're
level,
amped.
up. If I have swear words, if I'm allowed to swear, I can fucking flow ideas and words out
Right.
like this.
Yeah.
It is such a fucking talent for some reason. When I'm saying fuck and I can fucking say whatever the fuck I want like that, I can.
It's free form.
Yeah.
Right.
But if I have to,
It's the fact that you're limiting yourself at any degree when you're free flowing. That is the problem. So to try to change words, that's a lot of brain work, you know. When you want to say fuck, you decide you have to say something else. That's gonna distract your whole pattern, you know.
distracts my whole pattern. I
so
lose
don't
track
do
of what I'm doing way more than what I do now.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
If you can't smoke and swear, you're fucked.
It's a great Ricky
Actually-
quote. It's a great Ricky quote.
I think that's just an axiom. I mean, that's a rule of life. You should
Can't
write that.
swear and
Especially
smoke.
for
I'm
this guy.
fucked. Yeah. All right, Dave. Thanks, man.
My pleasure.
Till next time.
Until next time.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.